Hello, my beautiful soul followers. How is everyone doing on this amazing day? I am back in my hammock. Everybody who has followed me for a long time knows that this is one of my favorite places to live stream from because it's just so peaceful. I thought about getting a new hammock, but I love my old hammock. I love my old hammy, but I was sitting here and I was thinking over some coaching calls I have done over the last few days, and I found myself in my last coaching appointment sharing a story with a client about myself years ago, and it was part of my story in my eating disorder. So I spent 10 to 15 years in a really quite bad eating disorder, and it was horrible. It was horrible. And come to find out that one of the things holding me in that was my fear of sex. I was incredibly scared of my sex. And if you had asked me at the time, I would have said, no, that's not true. That's not true. But along my journey, I ended up finding a beautiful practitioner, and long story short, I ended up connecting with her. And I remember her asking me about my sex, and at that point I finally had come to the realization of yes, I am kind of scared of my sex. I want this beautiful orgasmic life. I actually probably wouldn't have even used those terms at that time. I was like, I just want a beautiful relationship. I want to have this thing called sex. At that point, I was not having good sex at all. I was not having really good sex at all. And as I did my work, I found that my eating disorder was because I was so fucking hungry. I was so hungry for myself. I was so hungry to have my desires. I was so hungry for my power. And guess what? Why are we scared of our sex? Well, there's lots of reasons. A lot of women would say, oh, well, I'm scared of my sex because of past trauma and blah, 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 blah. And that can have a piece. I'm not going to negate that. But at the end of the day, we are scared as humans of our sex because our sex means that when we tap in, and I don't mean this bullshit sex that we like to talk about. I don't mean this fast food, sex that it's like, okay, yeah, I got off. That's not the sex I'm talking about. We're talking about that orgasmic, deeper level of connection sex. Most of us are scared of it because when we get to that space, we have to own our power. There is no way to own and claim your sex and really step into it and not also step into your power, step into your passion and your desire. And we're scared of our desires. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with, and I can say for myself, I remember a space in my life where I had my mentor, and my mentor was like, okay, well, what do you desire? And I had to start digging into it. And some of you have heard this story again, and I was like, desire? What is that? What is desire? What is desire? And because our desire really does come from our sex, it comes from tapping into your pussy or your cock and really tuning in there and feeling that power, feeling that radiance. And I remember going, I don't want a desire. I started to really tap into my sex and really tap into my desires, and it felt too much. It felt like I don't want to go there. There's so many desires within me, and that's our power. That at the end of the day is our power. Hi Cody, hi Justin, hi Bella, hi everybody jumping on. I love to see so many people here. Show me some love heart shower. We are scared of our desires. We're scared to desire because we think, oh, I'm not going to be able to have it, or I can't have it right this second. So we run from it. And our sex brings us to a deeper space of self. We are faced with our shadow in our sex. We are faced with our light in our sex, which sometimes, and actually most of the time, is more scary. Seeing our power, seeing our radiance, seeing what we could have, seeing where we are not embodying ourselves. Seeing those moments where we're in like this deep, beautiful orgasm and it feels so amazing. We don't want to lose it. So we just don't go there. We avoid our bliss. We avoid that amazing energy. And we avoid it more than just the bedroom. Guess what? Tapping into your sex is not just a bedroom game. If you are just tapping into your sex in the bedroom, you are not actually tapping into your sex. You're not actually embodying it. You're not truly tapping into that beautiful energy that it can provide, the beauty and the creative energy, the passion, the power. But our sex is such a power center, and we're scared to tap into that. We're scared to see what we really could have, where we really could be. And so we avoid, and we keep ourselves really, really small. We keep ourselves small. Because I can tell you, I remember one particular client I worked with, this beautiful, beautiful soul. And as he started tapping into his energy of his sex, and not necessarily in the bedroom, he was tapping into it. He was breathing into his sex. He was embodying himself, not just meditating, because guess what? A lot of meditation takes us out of our physical bodies. That's not embodiment. There are some beautiful meditative practices that are more embodiment, but just going, oh yeah, I do a 15-minute meditation every day is not meaning that you are fully embodying yourself. Okay, that's another topic we can talk about another day. But he started embodying his sex, and he found himself attracting so much business opportunity. He found himself so powerful in the boardroom. That is the power of our sex. That is our power center of our sex. And guess what? We're scared of it. I was scared of it. I didn't want to claim my desire. Then I would have to go and take action towards it, or realize that I wasn't ready to take action towards it. Claiming my sex meant I had to claim my whole self. I had to claim my shadow. I had to claim my light. I had to claim my pleasure. Then it was my fucking responsibility to speak that pleasure and ask for it and get vulnerable. We avoid our sex, and a lot of people will go, no, I have sex all the time. It's great. It's good. Well, guess what? There's depth. There's a depth to our sex. If you're just getting that momentary get off, that is not diving into your sex. When you are stepping into the yummy juiciness of our sex, when we're really dropping in, really surrendering, and guess what? Good sex requires surrender. And that is one of the things that we as humans do not do very easily. We definitely have to breathe into that space. We have to breathe into that space of surrender. And so many people are avoiding their sex, and guess what? It's killing our lives. It's keeping us small. It is avoiding who you really are. Who you really are. And I'm not saying when we avoid our sex in terms of like, I'm just not into sex this week. I'm talking about avoiding your sex as far as the orgasmic energy. Avoiding that energy, avoiding tapping into it daily. I tell my female clients to ask their pussies every single day what they want, what they desire, and really have that conversation with them. The fact is, when we don't tap into our sex, when we avoid our sex, when we avoid looking at our sex, when we think, oh, that's good enough, that is when we start to go backwards. That is when we give up our power, we give up our creativity, we give up our passion. So, like me, you most likely, in some way, are scared of your sex. And guess what? I can't even say, no, I'm not scared of my sex. There are times that my sex scares so freaking scary. So scary. Because I'm on the edge of like something that's a little shaky, and I have to allow my body. I get scared of my sex. I get scared of my power too, even sometimes, because guess what? Our sex, our power, our surrender is so incredibly big. It's like the freaking ocean. You're never going to reach its bottom. As humans, we are always growing. We're always transforming. The same thing goes for your sex. So you have to keep digging. And guess what? You're probably scared of your sex at some level. You're most likely scared of your sex and avoiding it in some space. It might be you're not wanting to see your shadow self. It very well, most likely, is probably you're not wanting to claim your true power. Because that's scary. That's scary. but I'm going to ask you to claim it. And if you are a beautiful woman and wanting to embody your pleasure, wanting to really claim who you are as a whole person, claim your orgasmic frequency, not just in the bedroom, but in your life. In your life, let's take this idea that the bedroom is the only place that we can truly experience orgasm. If you're on board with that, then click the link to join my free Embodied Pleasure Queen Collective group. It is an amazing group where you get weekly live video trainings that are specific to that training group. You get memes, articles, all kinds of yummy juiciness, and you have other beautiful queens supporting you. So if you're interested in that, click the link. Other than that, I'm going to see you beautiful people tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Go claim your power. Tap in. Do some work on seeing where potentially you are not really tapping into your sex at the deepest level. All right, guys. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.